Hey, my fellow KJs and karaoke enthusiasts, this is KJ Toker. Here are some more tips for you on using your computer as a mixer. So the last time we just kind of left off on this here, which was, just some very basic stuff on using Reaper for getting effects on vocals. Very super basic stuff. Today we're going to be a little more, advanced. So when you install Reaper, you're going to get an option for extra functionality. And what that's going to be something called reroute. And what reroute does is that allows other ASIO compatible applications to send audio into Reaper. So we're going to go ahead and let Reaper get started here. And any application that supports ASIO will be able to send into Reaper using this method. So let's insert a couple new tracks here, right? Now we're going to arm recording just so we get this little dialog box pop up. See how it hasn't popped up down here? And on this one, we're going to input stereo. We're going to reroute 1 and 2. Then we can unarm recording on that. This one, we're going to input stereo, and we're going to reroute 3 and 4, right? With me so far? Okay. Now, just to keep a sanity check for ourselves, because when we start our applications off, ASIO will send the audio at full volume. You'll have no control over it whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move these down here, these two sliders. I'm going to go ahead and arm recording just so we can see the VU meters move once we get things going. So we're going to start off with Winamp. And Winamp, there's another version of it called Walkup, right? And you can see it's already sending into Reaper right now. Walkup is one of the old Winamp plugin writers, Darren Owen, Dro. Great guy. You should definitely support his Patreon. Basically, Winamp is in a state of flux as far as ownership, maintenance, all that stuff. And Darren Owen's been the only guy really maintaining and uncrapifying it, more importantly. But if you go to options, preferences, you're going to want to go here to output, and then you're going to want to make sure not so ASIO is enabled and then selected up here. And then there's some things you want to choose your output device to be reroute ASIO, right? And that's pretty much all you need to set there. So if I raise the volume on this a bit. Oh, we're not hearing nothing right now. Well, that could be because of our output settings. So, yeah, I'm going main outs. I want to go analog 1 and 2. So I will just add a new output. We're going to do analog 1 2 1 2. That should do it. What'd I tell you? So if I could show you the back of my sound card, which I showed you guys yesterday, it's a Motu MK3 Ultralight. It has 8 output channels on it. Just a bunch of 1/4-inch TRS on the back, right? So what I was doing there was I was selecting which pair of TRS Reaper is going to output to. So we're going to, again, turn this down just to keep our sanity. I don't think I had to have this armed. I think it will just... No, you do have to have it armed. So let's go ahead and launch one more program just to show we're launching 2 different programs here. We're going to do Foobar. And Foobar, if you know what Foobar is, it was kind of like a competitor to Winamp. And Facebook a peach. Now I'll have to look at that later. So now we have foobar running on this strip, and we have Winamp running on this strip. And just to make it easy for folks, let me see if I can label these. I thought there's an easier way to maybe this is the FX. This is the FX chain. Well, you guys get the gist. One of these is Winamp, the other one is not Winamp. So this is foobar. This is Winamp. Now, this is where things get really fun, right? Basically, you have two tracks. Think of your DJ mixer. You have two sides, right? And you can crossfade between those. Well, you can actually do that in Reaper. Believe it or not, you can do that shit in Reaper. It's crazy. So I'm going to add a third track here. Insert a new track, right? And this track, we're going to do some special routing to it. We're going to, again, turn it down because we don't want this audio coming in and just blasting us to sonic oblivion. We're going to do a route. And I'm going to receive from track 1. And I want to receive that before it hits the fader. So what I'm telling it is send me that audio before I turn it down here, right? So we're going to do it pre-FX. Now I'm going to add one more receive from a new track. And this receive is, oh, wait, no, I didn't want to do a new track. I want to do an existing. My bad. We're going to do, let's get rid of this. Because now I'm confusing myself here. There we go. So we're receiving from track 1. Now let's receive from track 2. And instead of the audio going to 1 and 2 on the track, we're going to send it to new channels. And that's going to be 3 and 4. There we go. So now if I turn the volume up on this, I'm getting both, right? So let me show you how to get that crossfade going. We're going to hit FX here. And we're going to look for Swix, S-W-I, Swixmitch. Add that bad boy. And then destination 1 and 2, we want that to crossfade to A. Destination 3 and 4, we want that to crossfade to B. Now watch this. We're going to turn this track up a bit. Right now we're centered. Now we're going to crossfade over the other way. Well, something ain't working right. Let's see. Usually something with your routing. Post fader, post pan. Did you see that? I didn't set it to pre-fader. I had it on post fader. So now see, sometimes you're going to make little mistakes like that. You just got to learn how to bounce back. Okay, so for sanity, we'll turn this down now. One last thing I want to introduce in this video. Let's talk about wireless controllers. And whoops. I didn't realize I had that one mapped already to a spot, but I'm going to map this differently. We're going to go here to action, show action list, track vol 1, and I'm going to get rid of these. Because I don't want these interfering. This is more advanced. Forget about this. Just forget about that for now. Okay, let's just forget about that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to options, go into preferences here, and we're going to start from scratch and pretend that this is not even here, right? We're just going to right click on this, remove joystick. So you don't have a joystick in there yet. You know it's working. You go to control panel, you see it somewhere else. This is how you add a joystick into Reaper. So you're going to add a virtual MIDI, add a joystick device, pick your joystick from the drop down, processing script, generic, and then hit some keys, make sure something's working, right? And then hit close. Now back over here, you want to make sure control is checked on. You can uncheck input, hit OK. Now here's the fun part. So just jiggle this a bit, right? Now hit parameter, learn, and press a button. Now watch this. See, you can go anywhere around the room. Now, this is a crappy joystick. I find that the Xbox Series joysticks tend to have better triggers than this. But now you can crossfade from anywhere around the room, so you can grab your mic, the wireless mic, be like, you can throw on your, while they're singing, you can just release it. And then when somebody's coming up to sing, you hold down, put in your filler music, and be like, hey, Joe Bob's coming next, man. Yeah, good old Joe Bob. Joe Bob, come up to the stage. And then, Joe Bob gets up there, and now you let go. You're back to his song. And here's the thing, you're not limited on all your plugins either. So let's add some more. Let's add an EQ, right? We're gonna add a 3-band EQ. We're gonna bump up the bass. We're gonna lower the bass. We're gonna add a flanger. Yep. Add that flanger. Increase feedback. Whoa. You got to be careful because sometimes you can actually clip, which is not good. But let's go ahead and unmute this. But you can see the flexibility of using this system. And this is just very basic stuff, guys. This is just very basic. I mean, my tracks and layouts, I had like 20 Reaper tracks. I was pulling in vocals, and then I was like analyzing the vocals to adjust the background. I just... crazy stuff. I was doing things. So Reaper has this other feature called parameter modulation, right? And parameter modulation. Let me insert another track here. We're gonna insert one more track. We're gonna call this. This is going to pull from the vocals, okay? So we're going to mute this. And, okay, so it's pulling from the vocals, right? Now, let me see if I can remember how to do this. But one of the things I used to do was I would automatically crossfade based on when the music started from my karaoke player. And sometimes I would trigger effects based on people singing. So I'm going to mute this track just like that. You know what? We're not going to go into parameter modulation via audio triggers. That's a whole nother ball of wax. But hopefully this will give some of you some ideas of some things that you may try with Reaper. Me personally, I've been using Reaper pretty much from the day Justin started writing it. Those that know me know I was like really close with the Winamp team, and the founder, you know, I was good friends with him. Pretty much from the time, I'd say about 2005 or so, I started playing with the alpha versions, and then by 2008, I just had the craziest like setup with Reaper and IO, and you know, it was Reaper was listening to music and then turning that into MIDI notes, which were going out a MIDI cable into my DMX controller and triggering light patterns on. I mean, it's just, you know, I was sending open sound control to a video mixer. It just boggles the mind. Oh man, I did not realize I was clipping so bad. I had cranked that up. I had mic'd myself up so I could just talk like this, right? But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this is useful to some people, and I'll make another video tomorrow. All right. Happy KJing out there, folks.